Looks a little hot, doesn't it?
Yeah, why is the temperature so hot?
Well, have you seen how we're dressed today? The sweatshirt's serving Dom top, but the shorts are definitely like giving you like cute, subby kind of vibes.
I'm adverse.
Roll the opening.
Hello!
And welcome back to
What's Safeword?
I'm Am.
I'm Miss Kristofer.
And today...
We're both tops.
Yeah, and you're wearing a hat.
What's wrong with the meerkat?
No, nothing's wrong with it, it's just different. It's just different. Also, I'm a top.
Well. So since we're both tops today, today's episode is Ask a Sub Anything.
We here at What's a Safe Word love social media. We tweet, we twat, we twitch, we
never twat.
Don't speak for your own twat. And sometimes we get questions from you all on the internet about being a top, being a bottom, being a switch,
Being adverse.
Being adverse.
Being adverse to questions.
Oh, got you. I'm adverse to questions generally. But today we wanted to sit down in the hot seat, especially since today's sponsor is Allform and they have lovely seats, which we'll talk about that later. But we wanted to answer your question specifically about how to be a sub. So welcome to the first episode of Ask a Sub Anything.
But if it's Ask a Sub, shouldn't we be subs?
Well, I know that I'm advertising that I'm a top, but I sub every once in a while.
Do we need to go change?
Into what?
Sub. Ask a Sub Anything. I'm so confused.
So we posted on social media asking you guys what questions you had for us, and today we're just gonna go through your questions, answer them, give you guys hopefully some good advice, and educate.
Dom da dom dom.
Generally in the kink scene there are doms or tops and like subs and bottoms. And sometimes there's people that exist in those 50 shades of gray area. But today we just wanted to talk about subbing because we generally get a lot more questions on that side in an Ask a Sub Anything segment.
Fantastic, I can't wait.
Well, you don't have to because we're doing it right now.
Hit me.
Can I?
Bad sub. No poking.
And actually, the first question, which comes from Pup B Jax, asks, what does being a sub mean to you? How do you view the spectrum of sub versus dom?
For me personally, subbing is a whole complete different mental mindset for me. So when I get into sub mode, I'm there just waiting for directions and being told what to do to please.
And for me, it's generally being in that space where you're very open and you're giving this lovely gift of submission to someone. Because that's what it is. It's consenting to letting someone, tell you what to do or put you into this space or put you in like some bondage, just being submissive to them. And that's something that, it's a gift both ways, really. Doms are gifting their services, subs are gifting their submission, and it's just a bunch of communicating and consenting to certain actions. So to me, it's giving a gift.
Yeah, you're a gift giver. Is that your love language?
No, but...
Gift receiver? Gift giver?
Oh, I give
sharing
many things.
gifts.
Next question from Romance Review asks, what attracts you to the sub lifestyle?
I find it a lot in professionals and people who use their brain a lot during work, and in the bedroom, they don't want to make another single decision. So subbing and giving up control when you have such a controlled environment in the rest of your life, subbing is very attractive. And I find the reverse to be true sometimes when like a lot of blue collar jobs and stuff where you are in service of other people in your job, they tend to be very good doms because they like to take some control when they're having fun.
They like to flip the script. For me, it's an altered headspace that I really like and helps me kind of chill out at the end of the day when you get into that really subby space. And I think a lot of people find almost a form of therapy in that subspace, in that headspace. Not a replacement for, but a way in which we can relax, unwind, and get, penetrated. Again, servicing someone is a gift. It's intimate, it's fun, and it puts you in, again, that headspace, which I feel like we should explain that. Like, what is a sub headspace?
A sub headspace for me is just getting into this space where I'm giving the other person control over my mind and body.
Within a controlled space with someone you trust.
It's a lot of trust.
Mm-hmm. And it's what, Daddy?
Trust.
No, a gift.
Hard.
Like, no, what?
A gift.
Yeah. Dude, he doesn't listen. He's the worst sub. Sub snorts. The next question from Chaotic Pink asks, have you ever had to make up an excuse for bruises?
Yes.
Question answered. There you go. Do you care to explain?
Sometimes I forget, especially rope marks. So when you get tied up a lot, and especially down your arms and your wrists, there can be a little bit of bruising from the ropes. And when you running out the door for wherever you're going, I forget that I might have some bruising on my arms that are showing, and I have to make an excuse.
Yeah, and there was one time I was working with kink.com and I was like hung upside down from like some chains. Fun scene, but to the point where it looked like I had gotten choked for a bit because like my head was so swollen afterwards. All the blood was in my head so long. Like my eyes were bulging just a little bit for a good day or two afterwards. And I just had to tell everyone I was having a terrible allergic reaction because kink can be a little hard on your body sometimes.
But I think most people have had to do that at some point with if they ever got a hickey on their neck, having to explain that.
Turtlenecks.
Where we're like, oh, I burned myself with an iron. Or a motorcycle exhaust pipe. Something stupid like that. Also, remember when we went to Cabo last year to meet your parents? Mm-hmm. So we had to go down and meet your parents at the pool, and I had just had a major flogging scene on my back. So I had to keep like a shirt unbuttoned over my back just to hide it. But I was so hot because it was fucking Cabo that I want to take my shirt off so bad, but knew I couldn't.
Shirt chastity is a real thing. No.
Oh, yeah.
Next question from Tall Yet Puppy. How do you explain to your significant other that you're a sub? Show them this video. Something to tell me, Daddy?
Yeah, check my Twitter. Usually in relationships, there's already a built-in dynamic when you first meet where one takes an active role and one takes a passive role. So I guess the question would be, if you're not normally in that role, how do you show that you're submissive to your partner?
Sure. I mean, I guess communicating it first is very clear and easy, you know, if you like to top or bottom or if you're somewhere in between. But maybe let's say that during your relationship, during the course of it, like you figure out that you like submitting and you're not really sure how to talk to your partner because there can be this awkwardness of like, well, usually they're the one doing that part and I'm doing this part, which I think happens a lot when people start exploring.
And I think the best way to approach those conversations, make sure that your partner is comfortable and in a relaxed state of being, not stressed out from work, and just tell them your needs.
Or play them this video. Being submissive is a very, very intimate sort of act. So when you want to give someone that, again, gift, I think that it's the gift that keeps on giving and giving
and giving
and giving and giving and taking sometimes, but generally giving.
Yes. Make sure they're nice and comfortable in their new all-form sofa.
Oh my God.
Pour them a drink and share your story.
Tell them, take a seat.
Share your desires.
Sit down on this lovely love seat.
Love seat. That you can build yourself. So I have a question.
Yes.
What do you think is the best thing to use to cuddle your sub for aftercare?
Well, have you checked out today's sponsor, Allform?
And what is Allform? Well, they're a sister company of Helix Sleep, and they make modular sofas and chairs that are American-made, easy to assemble without tools, stain-resistant, and incredibly comfortable. And no matter how you spend your time, a sofa is integral to a living space. So I'm especially excited that we're partnering with Allform today.
Who is here to offer you custom, again, that is customized couches, but for not a custom price. They're very affordable.
And can all be personalized for your space and style with over 500 unique combinations depending on how many seats you want, if you want corners, ottomans, or pillows, making it easy to find furniture to fit your space your way. Or maybe you're starting small and looking to grow later with your furniture. Just buy a couple extra pieces and you can always expand down the line.
So what I was looking at the site, you could buy all corner couches and then put them together so that you'd have 4 walls and you would have a little sub pin to put your subs in. You just need to put a top on it.
I mean, I'm sure you could find a few tops to... But yes, you could. No matter how you spend your downtime or sub time, it's important that wherever you're sitting or sleeping or napping is comfortable. So for our small space, we
got a new teal love seat for Daddy with walnut legs. Put it together and he could not be happier with his new comfy space to take a nap. Better yet, it also doesn't stain and is very drool resistant. And shipping is easy. Because Allform ships directly to you, you get great prices for the premier materials and you get them quick. If it makes you nervous to buy new stuff, Allform has a 100-day free trial, so you get more than 3 months to make sure you love it. And if you don't, they'll pick it up for you and give you a full refund.
And even Daddy was able to figure it out.
Oh my God, they were so easy to put together. I didn't even need the instructions much.
You can put the sofa together in as little as 15 minutes. It took us about 20 because somebody wasn't following directions.
You know what's so great about Allform is when Daddy doesn't read the instructions and they make it so simple to take apart and do it right. How hard is that?
So whether reading, relaxing, lazing around with your daddy, or just getting pushed off the sofa, check out Allform and visit the link down below at allform.com/watt for 20% off any sofa of your choice.
So we love our Allform love seat, and we think you will too. Check them out down in the description down below. You're gonna get a cute couch. Whee! The next question that comes from Chase Adams asks, as a sub, how do you share more taboo kinks with people?
Which people? People in general?
I
Your
mean,
parents? Which people are we talking about?
I think the easiest way to share your kinks with people, get on Twitter, just tweet about it. No.
I'm assuming this means in your friend dynamics. And I think that if you're comfortable with who you are, your friends who know you aren't going to judge you for that.
Yeah, I think the best place to start, obviously, is making sure that you're comfortable in the situation or the dynamic of people that you want to share with. Obviously, don't bring it up at like the family dinner at Thanksgiving. But if your friends are super chill and open to that kind of thing, just explaining that you're really into something and not being nervous or tepid or timid about it is really helpful, because how you like show someone what you're into and how you're excited about something definitely sets the precedence for how that conversation is going to kind of go.
And people generally treat you the way you treat yourself, so if you're not embarrassed by it or you don't think it's something to be ashamed of, they're not going to either.
Also, just explaining that being into kinks and being submissive in that way is a very powerful thing. You are exploring the thing that makes you vulnerable and intimate and
very interesting.
Honestly,
you're going to become way more interesting. Fascinating.
No, the way you use fascinating is not interesting. It's like bless your heart. That's how you use fascinating.
No,
yes.
Stop it.
Daddy, you're so
fascinating.
Interesting.
See, now you did it.
Fascinating. Actually, to this question, have you ever shared your kinks with someone that you might have been nervous about, or you kind of weren't sure if it would be appropriate, whether they were family or friends, or even someone you were sexually interested in?
Well, sure. Slowly, and since I've worked in the industry for 30 years, slowly I've opened the door to that conversation to a wider and wider group. I started out with my most intimate friends, and now it's spread to my family. And as it became part of my lifestyle and became my identity and who I am, it got easier and easier to do.
So Mom, ABDL, it's adults.
No. They don't need to know everything. They don't need to know all the details.
And we love getting pampered, but it really depends on what we're looking at.
Oh God, what has happened? Oh.
What? How long has that been on? When you want to turn on your subs, just get an effect light. I love when you turn us on. The next question from Pebble kind of asks, but more explains, I really like the idea of subbing, but I get overwhelmed and go nonverbal very easily, not even in a dynamic situation. What would you do in a situation like this?
Well, I think subbing is the exact time you don't need to be verbal. I think the DOMs generally need to be verbal because they're giving direction, but the sub, just moaning and giving little feedbacks with emotion is all you need.
I think that in this situation, this is where having that communication beforehand, setting up the scene, negotiating is what that's called, where you talk about your wants, your needs, talk about, in that specific instance, how you are a very nonverbal person. Like for me, going into a subspace, I am generally in a very puppy space, which is not words, but it's just actions and emoting and touching and reacting.
He just barks.
Bark.
Bark, bark.
Bark, 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 woof, arf, bark, woof, bark, bark, arf, woof.
No, I will not do the laundry.
So it's really important to talk about in that negotiating that you are a very nonverbal person. But within that, explain what being in pleasure looks like for you, or being in pain. Some people are very much about the body language, you know?
Shh. Why can't you be a nonverbal sub? I would love that.
I'll give you some words after this. Speaking of words, the next question comes from Pup Icarus, who asks, are there any tips or tricks for cleaning out that makes it go by smoother? No cramping!
Smoother? Huh, I've never experienced cramping.
Did you know that our ship name is Cramp? Kristofer, Amp, Cramp. We don't mind cramps here. We give you cramps from all the laughter, right?
So cramping shouldn't be happening.
If you're cleaning out super, super deep, I could see why cramping might happen because you're just filling up too much. So make sure that you're just going for that main anal cavity. The first bit that has all the excrement in it, especially if you're just getting into some easy foreplay and a little bit of anal sex.
Yeah, if you're just doing a little bit of anal penetration, I know some subs spend like hours in the shower cleaning out way too too much. You don't need past that second door.
Some subs? No?
Some subs.
Some subs?
Not you, puppy. Not you. Hours in the shower. If you're only doing this deep, you don't need to go this deep. So...
But if you are going for a deeper cleaning, having a shower shot, making sure you're not filling up too much, and then just letting all the water get out and having some sort of toy that you can test your body with and also get those juices flowing. Quick, simple, easy, and you don't need to be in there for hours, even though some doms will verbalize and make fun of their subs for making sure that they're fully clean for the experience and gift that they're giving.
Well, it's when your subs are in the shower doing selfies and listening to music for 45 minutes while they clean out.
Started about selfies, Mister. Oh, there are multiple suction cups in this one shower. Don't even get me.
That's for
started.
you. Because I'm a good dom. I'm a good dom.
Ooh, or how about this one from Candy, who asks, have you ever had to use a safe word and was it respected?
I have never ever used a safe word in my life.
What's a safe word?
But if I did, it would be respected. So I have actually just said stop, and they stopped.
Yeah, generally stop or red or very quick, easy things you can say. I have never had to use a safe word because I just, like you, just communicated that everything was kind of okay, but we need to stop for a second, which isn't as aggressive as a safe word. It's not as alarming as a safe word, and shows that we're having and continuing to have an open conversation throughout a scene.
Did we just ruin our brand right there?
No.
What's your not safe word?
I think being able to communicate before it gets to a safe word level is very important.
Yes.
It's not failure if you use a safe word, but
No.
it is good communication if you never have to use one. Well, actually, I have a question then from Pup Amp. Do you think that a good dom has subbed before? I know this is ask a sub, but I'm asking the dom now. What is your thoughts on that?
I don't think it's a requirement, and I've played with doms who have never subbed before. I tend to enjoy doms who have subbed before because they know what the feeling is.
So they understand the headspace.
Yes.
They understand how it feels. They understand the aftercare that's involved. And they understand how the scene it could go, should go, and probably have some really good tips and tricks for whatever you're looking to do.
And they're very intuitive of what you like during that scene because it's exactly what they like. So they get into it a little bit more, I think.
So tops, don't forget to sub.
Try it.
Try it out.
Try again.
It's fun.
Top once in a while.
I'm a top.
It's not gonna hurt you. Well,
Or
maybe
it might,
it will.
but with consent. Ooh, okay, well this is kind of a good segue then. Ginger Beer asks, what's the biggest mistake new doms make?
Going too hard too fast. So especially when you're doing something like impact play, you want to slowly warm up the sub or the bottom or someone new you're playing with to gauge reactions and see where they're at. And a lot of, especially if they feel like it's performative in front of other people, they will try to just go into it, and they're going faster than the speed of their sub.
I think I'm gonna kind of piggyback on the last answer we gave. Not having subbed for the thing they're about to do
really?
to someone.
That's a deal breaker for you?
Not a deal breaker, but I think that can be a mistake because they don't know how it feels. Next question, where Alex asks, what gets you into subspace the fastest? Well, I think it's different for everyone, so this is kind of an ask us specifically, but for me, it's just being very sensual, being close, trusting someone, and having a good conversation where you really get to know them.
I like a verbal dom. I like a dom that tells me what to do, does it in a kind of not demeaning, but kind of a you're lower than me kind of way, and that turns me on. That gets me into it.
Lovingly dehumanizing.
Yes.
Aww.
Yes.
Aww.
Get on the floor now. Lick it. Lick it.
But I think what can really get someone in a subspace the quickest could include smells. It could include just making out.
Lots of times hoods, blindfolds, because it takes away your sense of what's around you in the room and puts you right into your head.
So ask that sub if you're ever curious what gets them into the headspace the quickest. I bet everyone's just a little bit different.
A little bit.
And the last question today from Terrible Lotus asks, what do you enjoy most about subbing? What keeps you asking for more?
Subbing is just a
gift. What I enjoy most about subbing is somebody appreciating that I'm being vulnerable for them. They're not making fun of me. They're not taking advantage of me. They are just wholeheartedly appreciative and happy that I'm doing something that makes them happy or turns them on. Like being told that you're a good boy is one of the best things for me because it means that I'm doing something right for someone and that I'm just doing good. I'm doing a good job.
I agree with that. And as the sub, you get a lot of the attention. So being the focal point of someone else and just being at their mercy is great. And sometimes it's hard being a dom. Doming is a lot of work. Coming up with the things to do and keeping the energy going, that can be exhausting. So for me, subbing is less work for me.
That's fair. And the other part about subbing that I really like is actually negotiating and building that scene with someone, because you are navigating this fine line of like what you really like and want to do and what they really like and want to do, and you're finding where you connect. And by
middle
doing that,
ground, yeah.
By doing that, you're like building a rapport with someone. You're getting even closer with them, and you're kind of like peeling back those layers of who they are.
Yeah, and when you make someone else very, very happy, you get that feedback reward that makes you very happy.
Yeah. Oh, I love that question. Well, that was our last question, Dad. Do you have any questions about subbing?
If you're a sub and you're a puppy, does that make you a subwoofer?
Anyway, thank you all so much for asking those questions. Thank you, Daddy, for your lovely, funny jokes and anecdotes.
Yeah!
You're a true gift. And you do keep giving, unfortunately.
If you have any more questions, submit them down below.
Don't forget to subscribe. And whether you're the dom, the top, the versatile person in the room, always have a safe word. And today's safe word is...
Thank you, sir.
That is literally the worst safe word.
More, sir.
No, even that sounds bad too.
Harder, sir.
Okay.
Harder, sir.
Okay. How about sub sandwich? But for real, if you enjoyed today's episode and you want to see like an ask a sub or ask a poly person or ask a, I don't know.
What do you want to ask next?
Yeah, who should we ask next? Maybe we'll take it to the street and ask people if they're sub or not. Oh,
we haven't gone to the street for a while.
Oh, speak for yourself. I was just on my corner. No, I'm kidding. Well, COVID made that weird. Anyway, and we will see y'all next time.
Bye.
Hey, you. Yes. No, the other one. No. If you're still with us, we are about to start a big old charity live stream over on twitch.com for survivors.org. If you want to come join us, the link's down below. And come help us raise money for a good cause, play some games, vibe, and chat, and do it all with us live. There are prizes, surprises, and lots of other fun goods and giveaways. And hey, if you're looking for some new merch, the holidays are right around the corner, and you can check out the Safeword shop in the links down below as well for all those kinky needs. So don't miss out, and we will see you in the next video. Bye!